Burning question. Nice headline. Do you have faith in the Friars? That's the bullet point question of the day. You need to go to the Fans Forum chat box right now and respond. You baseball fans, you're leading off the show. We want to hear what you've got to say. Lost weekend in Cincinnati. My God. 8 no-hit innings from ex-Padre Nick Martinez against his teammates on Friday. Wow. Came back, nice performance on Saturday. Come back on Sunday, blow the lead in the 9th inning. Robert Suarez is really staggering a little bit right now with a variety of pitches. He gets tagged with another loss on top of a blown save. Not a good look. And the Padres right now, I think, have got just significant issues because these meltdowns are happening more often than not. You know, the Padres at one point, John, were 14-3. Do you know they're 31-35 since that 14-3 start? Do you know against the elite teams that they've played on the schedule, they're only 7-16? This team right now has a sub-500 record against anybody they play that has a winning record. So this Padre baseball team is not a complete team. We still have all the issues that we've talked about a great deal. We're a month away from the baseball trading deadline. So at the end of the day, because of A.J. Preller, and he has people everywhere scouting, I do think there's going to be one acquisition, but they really need to do something different. I don't understand what's happened to Fernando Tatis aside from what I think is an injury, because they're surely not talking about anything, and they're surely not leading anybody on that they're really concerned about where this guy is. But how is this guy hit 188 in the month of May, and now is a combined batting average of 205 from May leading into tonight's game in Philadelphia? And Manny Machado is on a second down cycle group of games. He's hitting 222 most recently after a real bad stretch during the month of May. Jackson Mills playing pretty well. Xander Bogaerts is hitting a little bit better. Cronenworth really is not. Gavin Sheets has done about as much as Gavin Sheets could do. Iglesias has had some big hits and is playing really good defense. The team is obviously still wafer thin on pitching. This is not a complete baseball team. My midseason report card, I guess I gave them a B, but what really worries me, what bothers me, concerns me, a B, and the arrow's pointing down, because this team does not look like it's really ready to be a playoff team. Can guys come back and hit? Sure. But have you seen that at all from Tatis and Machado? And those are the two marquee players on the roster. This is just not a good situation with Padre baseball right now. John, your response?
Yeah, that game Sunday was brutal, man. I mean, it was a tight game all the way. You're kind of on the edge of your seat, and then it all goes to hell in the ninth. You feel like you wasted 3 hours of your day. But, you know, Suarez is kind of, I don't know, it just seems like, it seems almost like he loses confidence or something, because once things start to go sideways a bit, a lot of times they fall apart, and that's what we saw on Sunday. But in the end, I'm not going to blame Suarez or the pitchers, because generally speaking, they're doing a good job. It's the hitting that's been awful. You've talked about Machado and Tatis is a big problem. But remember we were talking, we discussed this, I think, last week about Tatis and the lawsuit about getting that advance money when he was a kid in the Dominican Republic. I mean, he's got a lot of other things going on in his life. That must be like hanging on his head, don't you think?
Well, it might well be, but at the end of the day, he gets paid to produce and gets paid to play. And he looks so out of sync offensively and has looked all that way ever since he got plunked on May the 3rd. So to me, it's a big concern as to where the Padres are right now, because this is not a complete baseball team. And now the cornerstone guys are not producing with a kind of consistency or all-star level that they were in the past. That being said, they've got between now and July 31st to find a way to pull the trigger on some type of acquisition. General manager has always done it. So I guess I am trusting in AJ to find a way to do something here. But like I said, you got to read my one man's opinion column that I just posted, and you tell me whether you agree or disagree, because I went every player on the roster, starter to sub to bench bunch to guys from the minor leagues called up, sent back, etc. So I give him a B, but I'm concerned because it's B with the arrow pointing down. Because the other guys, the Dodgers, the arrow is pointing up. That's the second topic on the table.